How's it going, guys? My name is Jerry with the Psych Auto Detailing. Today, we're going to talk about these backup items that all mobile detailers should carry with them.
All right, Jerry, what's the first item?
All right, guys. So, first item, have an O-ring kit. Very, very important. It's one of those things where you don't really think about it until you need one. Sometimes you're going to be using your pressure washer. Sometimes the pressure washer is going to be leaking water, or the hose right there, the little gasket could go out. So then water starts, spraying everywhere. It's really just a simple fix. You just use like either just a little hook or a little, flathead screwdriver, pop it out, pop the right size back in, and you're all set. These are very important.
All right, Jerry, I have a question about that.
Uh-huh.
For new detailers out there, how do you know that that's a problem? How did you know about O-rings? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when it first starts leaking, O-rings isn't the first thing that comes to your mind, or was it for you?
You know what? Kinda. The only reason why is because my dad, he's very, mechanically inclined. So, I'm like kind of familiar with little things like that. One of the first things I did notice is after a while, when I was working with my pressure washer, right there with a quick connect for the nozzle, the gun, it was having little drips at first. Over time, it started to become a little more frequent. And after a while, I remember one time I turned on the pressure washer and it was just going everywhere. Automatically, I knew, all right, it's probably the gasket, the O-ring. Let me check this out. And luckily, I had some with me. I looked at it. It was just like shredded. It was just done. So I compared the new one, the old one. Obviously, you could tell the difference. Popped it back in. It was good to go again.
Hey, so this is a great video for all the guys that their dads went out for cigarettes.
yeah, I went out for cigarettes. Went to go buy some milk. Yeah, man. That's the whole point of this video, to help people out and just learn from my mistakes.
All right, man. What's the second thing?
All right. Next one is, I gotta say, tools. I keep, once again, my dad, he kind of always, instilled this in me. Always made sure that you're prepared for things, because it's better to have them and not need it versus need it and not have them. So I keep a Phillips screwdriver. For you guys that are not familiar with it, it's a little cross. I have a flathead screwdriver, and I have a mini one as well. Along with those, I do have a mechanic set, Husky, wrench set, ratchet set, all that stuff. They come in handy. Same thing, guys. Sometimes you gotta either tighten things, because they're not working properly. Sometimes they just need a little tighten. Sometimes you do need like a screwdriver or something just to, remove it, replace something real quick, good as new. I would say at least 50% of the time, problems that you're experiencing while detailing, something's going wrong, you can fix them yourself. A lot of guys are scared not to do it because they don't want to mess it up, or they don't have that knowledge. But majority of the time, you guys can fix this yourself. You don't have to go to a detail shop or a mechanic shop or whatever and pay a good amount of money, because usually you're gonna get taxed on that, and you're just paying for like that convenience and their knowledge. So I'm trying to help you guys out.
You ever have any issues with the generator?
Yeah, so right now I kind of am having problems with my generator. I don't think it's as strong as it used to be, because I noticed that just sometimes one or two machines will probably just kind of trip one side. I just think it needs just good maintenance. I know right now it has like a little leak, and it's starting to accumulate right there. So, it's just causing my generator just to get a little dirty. That's one thing I do need to get taken care of. I did maintenance on it, oil change, and my dad and I, we took off the gasket, because it was like done. So the valve cover gasket, it's small compared to a car, but we had to buy some that's like a cork. It's like a cork gasket, and we needed to cut it out in the shape that mine needed, and we fixed the leak. But you know, it's been over a year already and it's kind of coming back. So little things like that, guys. You know, you guys don't have to spend that crazy money to have somebody do it. You could do it yourselves.
All right, man. What's the next thing?
All right, next thing I would say, backup oil. You always want to make sure you guys have backup oil, because majority of the time we are overusing our generators. A lot of generators, for example, I believe my Champion, you're supposed to do an oil change every 100 hours. I for sure have not been doing that. I'm guilty of it. I'll be straight up with you guys. I do have that engine, the oil leak right now. So I usually just add oil. Once it starts getting low, I'll just add it. So I'm not justifying why I haven't done it, but that's pretty much the main reason why. Because I leak, and then every couple weeks I just have to add fresh oil.
Got it, Jerry.
Yep. And last but not least, very simple, but they come in handy. Extra spray nozzles and extra bottles. Over time, after a while, the bottles themselves, they either get weathered or they become a little weak due to like the chemicals that we have in them. Sometimes they'll just split. Sometimes, you know, we drop them, they crack, whatever, or the nozzles as well. I have to swap out the nozzles a little more than what I actually have to swap out the bottles, because we're using harsh chemicals sometimes. They're just plastic, but the gray ones that I use, they're more chemical resistant. So they're meant for the chemicals. But I make sure to have all these items. Been in the business for going on to 8 years now. Little by little, you start realizing like, oh, I should start carrying this with me. It just makes your life easier, guys. So if you guys have any other things that you guys feel are important to carry with you, let me know down in the comments below.
All right, Jerry. Now there's a big debate about bottles, the quality, the brand.
Yeah.
Where do you get your bottles from?
So these bottles and the nozzles, the spray nozzles, I actually buy them from the shop in Baldwin Park, Auto Detail Supply Outlet. I've actually always used their bottles since I first started detailing. Reason why is because they don't break the bank, either of them, the bottle or the nozzle. But eventually, what I would like to invest in is the IK sprayers. Yeah, eventually, you know, it's not one of those like it's a must, I need them kind of thing. But you know, I've used them before. They're just nice and smooth, bro. They're more like you get what you pay for kind of thing, you know. They're more durable. They look cool. And also, from my understanding, I don't think all of them are like this, but you could pretty much spray them like upside down and all that stuff. And that's something that I can't do with these, you know. I need to kind of, even if the bottle's not full, even if I kind of have it on the side just a little bit, it's just, they don't spray all the way. But it's not one of those things where it's like they mess up my day, you know. They work just fine. Hey, but let me know, guys, what kind of spray bottles do you guys use? Drop it down in the comments below. And do you guys fix your own problems or mechanical issues? You guys have somebody for that? Let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay blessed.